Yo, what up, my fellow juice heads? Welcome back to the channel. Man, I appreciate all my subscribers. I really do. Think about, leaving a comment, thumbs up, all that stuff, man. It means the world to me. Really, again, I appreciate every single motherfucking one of you. Hey, this video is going to be an update on my current cycle. It's been promised, and so here I am. I'm going to deliver, all right? All right. Specifically, we're going to be talking about the addition of Tren and, how it's been going, right? Again, the whole point of this series was to try and, bring truth to this aspect of fitness and, Tren in general, right? If you go online on YouTube, there is such crazy amount of conflicting reports and people's different opinions about, this low dose of Tren is going to make you crazy and there's no reason to use more than, 25 megs a day and, even less, I think I've heard. It's just, so when you are looking at all of this and you don't really know and you've never experimented, it's really hard to know what the truth is, right? It's, I would say, almost impossible. The only way to really know is to try for yourself, unfortunately. Or, luckily for you guys, you found someone who's actually honest and is going to give you the real deal. So, that's really why I am doing this, man, is I want to bring honesty. I got no reason to lie to anybody. I just want to help as many people as I can. Because, in the beginning of my bodybuilding journey, I listened to all the lies and I did a lot of things wrong. So, if I can help you avoid those mistakes, hey, then I'm already winning, right? So here we go. Without further ado, we are 40 days in to my Tren experiment, right? I've been running Tren now for 40 days. The first 3 weeks, 21 days, I kept it at 25 mgs a day. After tolerating that well, but not really getting the results that, was promised on social media, I heard at, 25 mgs a day, I was going to look the sickest I've ever looked, from multiple people. So, not true. That was, not true. And I can assure you the quality of the steroids I get is very high. This is the real deal. So, it's not that, it was low quality. It's that these low doses don't do what basically they're advertised to do. So now moving along here, okay? So like I said, we did the first 3 weeks at 25 megs a day, tolerating it well, not getting the results I was looking for. I decided to bump it up to 50 megs a day, and that would be 350 megs a week, right? And that's a pretty standard dose for Trenase, okay? You do hear a lot of people say that the old school mentality anyway was that basically it was 350 or nothing. And to be honest, I'm starting to believe that those guys actually kind of knew what they were talking about. They really do, okay? But, okay, again. So, I moved up to 50 milligrams a day, and now, like I said, I've been on 50 mgs a day for about 3 weeks. 19 days to be exact. So we're about 2 days off from 3 weeks. I will say I've been handling it very well. Very, very well. The gains are definitely apparent, but the side effects are still very manageable. I have noticed increase in strength, drive, aggression. Going to failure has become a little bit easier. One thing I haven't noticed that I do hear a lot of people talk about is diminished cardiovascular output when they add in the Trenbolone. I've actually had the opposite experience where my cardio output has actually increased. So I don't know if that's something unique to me or what, but I mean, I also do cardio, a lot, minimum 150 minutes a week, moderate to intense. I do interval training as well. So, cardiovascularly, I am in pretty good shape, but, I've heard other people in great shape that add this and they say that, their cardio just goes to shit. Again, I haven't found that to be true. So, take that for what you will. Next thing on here. Okay, next thing on here. My blood pressure has been 120 over 80 or lower consistently. I have not had one high reading since starting or upping my dose. So that is definitely something to take note of. I am taking telmisartan to help, with the blood pressure. But at 80 milligrams a day seems to be very effective. And like I said, I have not had one single increased reading of my blood pressure. I've been very happy with the numbers. Um, I'd say, okay, so now one thing that I did notice when I bumped it from 25 to 50 a day is that my sleep possibly suffered slightly in the beginning. After a few days at that higher dose, I did seem to acclimate. But, there was a small period of acclimation where, my sleep quality definitely diminished slightly, but nothing, that wasn't manageable really at all. And, again, I do take sleep meds, melatonin, Seroquel. And really, I think this also, makes a big difference in keeping a positive mind state and just feeling good, blood pressure staying in check. All of these things are related, right? So if you focus on the harm mitigation, you do things properly, I do believe that, a 350 mg a week dose of Tren is not crazy. Like, it should be tolerable. See what else we got on here. So, yeah, honestly, I've never felt better. I really have been feeling great. There's been no jealousy, minor irritability, but I've actually found the aggression to be helpful. And I should note, I'm a pretty chill person baseline. So, maybe if you're super high strung and, kind of a nut job, maybe this will affect you differently. But, another thing to take into account is that a lot of people who experience, these increase in aggression, irritability, etc., they're not controlling their blood pressure. And a lot of it has to do with blood pressure. Really does. Even as far as losing your hair loss, a lot of that can be mitigated by actually getting on blood pressure medication. I've actually noticed zero hair loss since starting the Tren. Zero. So, I did notice slightly a little bit from higher doses test before I started finasteride. Recently started finasteride, and already I see, the little bit I lost is growing back. However, I don't feel like the Tren has been contributing. So that is another interesting thing to note. No jealousy, like I said, minor irritability, but it's been helpful. I'd like to say this too. For the sake of experimentation, as this progresses, I am considering ramping up my dosages towards the end of the cycle, just so I can, kind of find that point of no return. I am very curious, at what point do these side effects really become unmanageable or apparent? It's my guess that at around that 500 to 700 milligram a week dose of Tren, I believe it's my guess is that's when, the side effects really start to, become out of control. But again, that's just speculation. And I hope, during this series that I, will be able to experiment with this and, show you guys firsthand, for the sake of content and experimentation. So, hopefully y'all stick around with me and find out with me. So here we go. I just want to reiterate this one last thing is anybody who is telling you that 150 mg of Tren is going to make you look crazy, they're lying to you. They are absolutely lying to you. They must have some reason. I don't know what that reason is, but it's just not true. You might add like a small cosmetic effect, maybe, but it's not going to be drastic. It's really not going to do shit. It just, it just really won't. It's really not until that 350 mg a week mark, at least that I've noticed, where, those desired effects from the Tren really start to show themselves. So guys, you can't be scared to experiment. Don't be afraid to raise your dose in order to find, the right dose for you to, meet the goals that you want, right? If you want to be an open class, big ass bodybuilder, 150 Tren a week is not going to work. Sorry, I hate to break it to you. But, it is what it is. So, guys, I'm not saying this stuff is safe. You're going to do what you're going to do. And if you are doing this, I'm assuming it's because you want results. And the bottom line is, man, you can't pussyfoot around this stuff, right? We're bodybuilders. Being scared and bodybuilding don't mix. We got to take chances. At the end of the day, you know, if you don't take the chance, you're never going to succeed. Don't be afraid. Hey, you made it this far. I appreciate every single motherfucking one of you guys. Hit subscribe. Give me a comment. Throw me a like. You know, whatever it is, man. If you have any questions or ideas for other videos, throw them in the comments, man. I'm happy to oblige. So, hey, I love you all. Until the next time, stay up.